Hello everybody. So, I hope that you're well. Continuing on from the last little offer, or the last offer. I'll stop saying little. I notice I do that a lot. We are going to keep working with the middle part of the body, the middle spine. As much the actual spine as the sides of it, specifically around this lovely area and kind of wrapping around the rib cage. And as I say, tension there or restriction there is most of the time a result of postural habits, the way we sit, stand, but also what we embody in our bodies, the kind of like making yourself small, or on the contrary, thrusting that chest forward. As I thrust the chest forward, this shortens, whereas if I'm kind of really centered, grounded in myself, this is nice and free as much as this. So, as usual, if you need to modify in any way for your body, so you are really keeping within a range of sensation that keeps you safe from pain, then please do. And if you need to in any way just let a whole practice and exercise go, then please do, by all means. There'll be 4 of them, so I'm pretty sure you'll find something in at least one of them. 5 of them. So we'll just start with what we basically, a version of what we had done last time, except we'll start lying on our backs. And because we'll need the feet in that position in a little while, we'll just have them feet hip width apart for now. And then we'll bring the arms alongside the head and we grab either the forearms or the actual elbows, and then we push the elbows away from one another whilst gently holding with the hands. We roll the shoulders away from the ears, and then we take a few deep breaths into that whole rib cage, including into the armpits and collarbones. And this really encourages an opening of the side rib cage, of the armpit region, and it very nicely also opens up the shoulder region. And then we let go, and bring the arms into a T shape, or an L shape rather, goalpost. So elbows at shoulder height, and then bend at the elbows so that the forearm is perpendicular to the upper arm. And we bring the feet at least as wide as the mat, possibly even more. You'll soon feel whether you need to widen that stance as soon as we start moving. And all we do is a repetitive movement that we sink in with the breath. Very important to keep the neck in line with the chest, the kind of midline of the body here. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and on the inhale, we just let that left leg fall in towards the right foot. And then on the exhale, we bring it back up. And the leg is really loose. So inhale, the leg falls inwards. Exhale, the thigh bone comes back into the socket, knee lifts back up. So you're going to do that a few times, 5 to 10 times. Really inhaling when the legs drops down, exhaling, pull the belly in to lift the leg back up. And then when you're done with your 5 to 10 times, you're going to add the arm as well. So on the inhale, you're going to stretch that left arm alongside the ears, maybe turn the gaze. And then exhale, bring the elbow back to shoulder height and knee back up. So inhale, and that way you stretch the whole side of the body. Exhale, bring everything back up. And equally do this 10 to 15 times, even more if you want to. And then obviously you do the other side equal amounts of times. And then the next exercise Stretch the arms out to the sides. Bring the feet really close to the buttocks and feet together. And then cross left leg over the right. And then take a full breath in. Legs come over to the left, head turns to the right, stretch through the right fingertips long, exhale, pull the belly in, bring everything back to center. So inhale, top leg, left leg, draws the legs over to the left, head turns to right, stretch roll through the right fingertips. Exhale, keep like this. So equally, you can keep doing this for 5 to 10 rounds. And then when you're ready, I'm just going to show you with the other hand the arm movement. So I'll cross the other way. So it's really, in this setup, it's a diagonal movement. So when the legs come over to one side, I turn the gaze to the opposite arm and I flip the arm over the thumb and maybe try and press the palm down. Not everybody's going to manage that, so whatever is available to you, just stick with that. And then exhale, everything comes back to center. So legs come over, pulled by the top leg to its side, and then twist over. That's going to give you a really lovely stretch down this side. And then stretching both legs out, arms alongside the body. Take a full breath in. On the exhale, wrap the right leg, arm around the left leg, lift the shoulders off the floor, exhale, release everything to the ground. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, left leg wraps around, left arm wraps around the right leg. Inhale, release everything down. So exhale, right arm wraps around the left leg. Inhale, release everything. Exhale, left arm around the right leg, lift the shoulder blades off the floor, inhale, release. I'll do this a few times, both sides evenly. My brain clearly is a little bit frozen by the cold today, so I apologise. And then next step is your very usual cat-cow. Clearly I love cat-cow, there's almost always a cat-cow in my series, except there is a slightly different focus here. So inhale, curve down, and then exhale, lift up, and really pressing into the hands to lift the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, curl down, cow. Exhale, curl up, cat. And we're just going to do a few rounds like this, and then we're going to stay here, really let the head drop between the arms, and push through the hands to lift the space between the shoulder blades, maybe even the back of the heart, maybe even the brass strap region. And then when you're done, neutral spine, press the hands into the floor firmly, tuck the toes under, and then lift the seat, lengthen through the arms, and we're going to keep the knees bent because really it's about creating the length in the upper body, especially the middle spine. And in order to do that, we really press the thumb and the index finger in towards one another and the ground, and then squeeze upper arms towards one another. And then finally, but not lastly, pull the belly in, and then lower ribs, draw back into the back of the body. Because you could do this, and you could do that, long through the middle spine. And then exhale, come back down to the knees. And then just do this a few times, pressing into the hands, lengthening the seat up to lengthen the whole upper body. Knees stay bent. Pinch thumb and index finger, and then draw upper arms towards the sides of the head. Pull the belly in, lower ribs, draw back into the body. And exhale, release. There you go. Have fun with this little practice. If you have any questions or any observations, drop me a little line. And if you want to find out more about how I can support you or where I teach equally, you can drop me a line or you can check my website. Take good care of yourself. Be well. Bye bye.